Okay, we're going to watch Sienna's freestyle underwater here. All right, so as we get into our freestyle here, after we get that breath taken care of, before we get that breath taken care of, though, I want to point out that's a great pull underwater. That looks fantastic. A lot of strength by having that elbow bent. You're bringing your hand closer to your core, which is where you get the most amount of strength from that pull. So right here, we really, really like that. You can kind of see your head's up a little higher than we'd like to see. So if you can get your head looking more to the side, I think this hand will actually turn out a little bit here and it won't be quite so crossing over. But pretty pleased with that overall. Again, your hands, you can see fingertips are nice and open there. So you're grabbing good water. Make sure you get that elbow bend a little bit earlier. You can kind of see that your hand is facing this way, so you've got your wrist bent a little bit. Keep your wrist in line with your forearm, pulling that water back. And if you keep a higher elbow and drop your hand a little bit quicker so that you're actually pulling backwards, you're going to find a little bit earlier catch. And the early catch is important for us. All right, so let's make sure we work on just dropping that hand, keeping that elbow a little bit higher on that left side. The right side, again, nice job with your hand entry. Now this one's a little bit different. You can see that your hand starts to sweep out to the right. Okay, so your hand is a little bit wide here. But the other thing I want you to pay attention to real quick is look at how your eyes are looking. You're kind of looking a little crooked to the side. I think you're getting ready to take a breath here. And you're lifting your head forward. If your head's straight down, and all you do is turn your head to the side and then back down, and turn your head to the side and back down, that's going to be a lot better breath. Here, you're kind of taking your body position out. Yep, there we go with the breath. Whole head is actually out of the water right here. So you can see nothing's in the water with that head. At all times, that head should be in the water. At least half of your head should be in the water. So work on that breath for us, okay? I think if you work on that breath, you're going to keep your body in line with the direction you want to be. Again, good job of pulling underneath your body. That looks great. Kick looks pretty steady. Maybe a little more bend in those knees than we'd like to see. Keep it a little bit quicker. All right. Body line right here is excellent. Okay. Your eyes are looking pretty much down, not completely straight down, but this is a pretty good job of your body line in the water. Again, like your hands right here, that's fantastic. So the one thing we're looking at real quick, you can kind of see here that you're leading more with your elbow, right? So when you lead with your elbow, what's going on? You're actually not pulling water. You want to make sure you lead with that hand. That elbow should almost stay still as that hand starts to pull through. Eyes are starting to come up, which means we're having a breath, and there it is. Okay, so work on getting that head down. Don't let it take that big of a breath there. As you go in that turn, again, you don't want to take that last breath into the wall. Ideally, you should take 2 strokes away from the wall without a breath, and then 2 strokes off the wall without a breath, so that we work a little bit better on that breathing. Okay? As we do that flip turn here, this looks good. Yeah, so this is what we were wondering. You're kind of looking more at your knees. Ideally, we want your head looking this direction here, and we want those hands closer together so you're almost in a streamline. When you are in this position here, so those hands hit those hips, right? Your hands are kind of facing your hips right here, and then you're going to turn them where your hands are facing up. What we like to see you do is turn your palms down, and then basically think about the idea of throwing water at your face so that you're driving your hands over. By throwing the water at your face, you're able to get into that streamline a lot tighter and a lot quicker. As your legs come over, your legs are a little low. It kind of takes you a little while. You can see that you're kind of floating. You're actually looking at that wall with that head where really your eyes should be straight up. Drive those feet in that wall just a little bit quicker. And then as soon as those feet hit the wall, you want to push off. Now, you don't want to start kicking right away. You could see there, you pushed off and immediately started kicking. Remember, you want to make sure you hold that streamline for about 1.5 seconds to 3 seconds. Ideally, that streamline there looks good, by the way. Ideally, you want to wait to really extend that streamline just a little bit better. Your fastest point you are in a race is always on your start, right? But the second fastest point you are in a race is off that wall. So if you can extend that speed with that streamline, just by holding that streamline without a kick for a little bit, that's going to be so much better. Love the fact that you are dolphin kicking, and that's really good. Now, the other thing we want to do is try and start that break out a little bit earlier. Right here, as your head is breaking the surface, you've just barely started that pull. And again, you're pulling and leading more with that elbow. But you just barely started that pull. So you want to start that pull a little bit earlier. And the other thing is, keep in mind, here's where the flags are. So you're a good body length and a half away from those flags. So if you can actually hold your streamline for about 2 seconds, and then about 3 dolphin kicks, and then fast flutter kicks, all of a sudden you're going to be able to get out to those flags, which is where we want to see you every single time you do a turn. Okay? Good job of not breathing right away. Don't tuck that chin to your chest. You can see you're getting your head in that right position of getting your eyes down, but look right here. Your head is almost looking more this way because you tuck that chin just a little bit too deep, and your legs are still trying to come up. So if you just come up a little more gradually, you'll be fine. Sienna, I see a lot of good things out here too. I mean, your kick is always looking great. So let's make sure we keep working on that kick and keep it getting stronger and faster because it looks really, really good. Man, those hands, you got some good, strong hands all the way through that water. Keep those fingers open a little bit and you'll be perfect. Way to go, Sienna.